Okay, hi guys. We are back. This week has been so crazy. This is maybe my fourth week living here in New York. It's been great. I know everybody talks about how expensive New York is, but I did not genuinely understand how expensive it is. Example, I bought myself a coffee the other day, $14, and then what else did I buy? Laundry, $30 to get my clothes washed. Insane. Things like in California do not cost like that. That is like a new level of just craziness, but it's great. I love it. But today, so I'm getting distracted. So this week, I kind of just want to chat. I don't really have like a set anything that I really wanted to say, but I think there's been a couple of subjects on my mind, and this one is like probably one of the biggest ones that I want to talk about. And I think that is something that most people don't really understand, and I have a very strong opinion about it. The thing is I feel like genuinely everybody in this world, there's two types of people in this world. There's the people who have completely lost faith in humanity, the people who don't trust anybody, the people who fully live for themselves and do not believe anything anybody says, and they are very unhappy. And then there's the people who are extremely naive, and they kind of float through life believing everyone has a good heart, constantly being burned. I don't think either side is good. And in fact, I've been on both sides, and I kind of want to talk about the cons of both and go into what each one entails, and then talking about a solution of what that is. So the first one is being naive, and people will say that is something that is good, is to believe everyone has good intentions, believe everyone has a good heart. Like, that's not naive. That's what people say. It's a good thing. It's something that is good, something that should be protected, when in reality I think it's just a lack of information. Because if you genuinely believe everyone in this world is good, you're gonna be disappointed over and over and over and over again. You will never feel like you can trust anybody, because you'll be constantly let down by people who you can't trust. And so those are the people who fall into a couple categories, and it's either they were sheltered their entire life and they just were never able to see what an actually evil, bad person is, or that they have seen that, but they believe that even with all that bad, that they're still good deep down. And I used to be like that. I feel like I used to fall into both categories at one point, of being like, okay, no, like everybody's good, or they're good and they just have bad intentions. But that leaves you in a very, very hard spot, because you are constantly being disappointed by people and constantly relying on people you shouldn't be relying on. Then on the flip side of it, there are people who have been burned when they were young or through their life, and they genuinely cannot trust anybody. They genuinely think all people are bad, and it's because throughout their life, they've had experience after experience where they have been let down, which has resulted in them being extremely untrusting and do not want to be around people at all or trust anybody, and they can only rely on themselves. So both of those I don't think are healthy at all. I think that there is a healthy balance that you can have with both that takes a lot of time to come to, but it is something that is possible with work. So I think when you are in the naive side of things, life is really difficult, because you want to believe everyone is good. But with me, it's like there's been so many people in my life where I genuinely am like, I really think that you're a good person at heart, but so you start to let things slide that you shouldn't. When you are like, okay, well, I know that you're a good person at the core, so I'm gonna allow this person to treat me like absolute garbage over and over and over and over again, until you literally have nothing left to give. And those are the worst type of people, because those are the people who know that you genuinely believe that the world is good, that you genuinely think that everyone is good, and they will walk all over you until you are a flat rug, because you have nothing else to give. But they know you have that mentality, and you know you believe that mindset, and so they do not care. They will walk all over you, they will use you, they will do whatever it takes to get what they can from you, no matter what, because they know at the end of the day, you will believe that they have a good heart. So with that, I think it comes to understand really what this world is. And no one really knows. No one really knows what anyone's intentions are. The only person that you can fully control and know your intentions is you. And it's a hard spot to be in when you don't have good intentions. But sometimes we don't. And sometimes we unconsciously have bad intentions. And so a way to come back to center back to what is important is recognizing the only person that you really can control is you. It does not matter what anyone else is doing. It doesn't matter how anyone else is living. It doesn't matter if this world is good or bad. At the end of the day, are you good or bad? And good or bad is a very harsh word of it. I think that it depends on your moral construct and what you choose to believe. But innately, what is good for you? Innately, what feels right, what is correct, that is what's good for you. And maybe your moral compass is different than somebody else's, but if you're aligned with your moral compass, you're probably going to end up a good person. So that's the biggest thing, I think, is not trying to believe everyone in this world is good or believe that everyone in this world is bad. I think honestly, having low expectations with how people are and letting people exceed those expectations is better than believing everyone has a good heart. I don't think that. So in my opinion, I have come to the conclusion that not everyone is good. Not everyone is inherently good. I think people are hurt, and then there's people who are actually not good people. I don't think it is very common to find innately bad people. I think most people in this world are hurt, but that doesn't justify bad behavior. That doesn't justify you allowing yourself to be treated poorly because they've been hurt. That doesn't matter. It matters to how you are being treated and how you treat others. It doesn't matter if they were hurt. It doesn't matter if they're a bad person. Who you pick and choose to be in your life is really, really critical on who you will become. You are who you surround yourself with. You are the circle you're in. You're the gist of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you're surrounding yourself with people who are broken, who are hurt, and they are tearing you down, that's not a good circle to be around. Now, everyone is hurt. Everyone has bad qualities and good qualities and all these things. I'm not saying don't surround yourself with broken or hurt people, because we all are broken and hurt in some way, but choose to surround yourself with people who are actively trying to improve themselves. People who are so pessimistic and pull you down will just pull you down further and further, and that is where you will get so lost in it, because if you genuinely believe everyone is good in this world, you will allow that to happen. So you have to have a very realistic and objective perspective on things, because if you're constantly allowing people to treat you poorly and it's because you think everyone is good in this world, that will forever damage you. And then you will turn into the person that believes everyone is bad. You hate everyone, you don't believe that anyone has good intentions, and you will lead a very unhappy life. So you have to understand for yourself how you believe you deserve to be treated. And I think that also comes down with how you think you deserve to be treated. If you yourself are really hard on yourself and you think that you deserve certain treatment, you need to take a look at yourself and be like, okay, I'm the problem because I'm allowing people to treat me like this because I don't think I deserve to be treated better. So the moment you recognize that you actually have a lot more control of the things around you than you think, when you stop trying to control the people around you and the things around you, you recognize that you actually have a lot of power in yourself, because you can control what you think you deserve. You can control how you see the world. You can control all these things that we oftentimes blame other people, that, oh, we're trying to change someone, or we're trying to change our surrounding things, when in reality it's us. We need to change. We need to focus on ourselves. We need to do that self-growth and self-change when it has nothing to do with the people around us. Because the moment you start to do that inner work and start to work on yourself internally is the moment the outer stuff automatically changes. So avoiding the mentality of everyone is good in this world. I don't believe everyone is good in this world, and I think anyone who believes that is very naive, or they are okay with being walked on. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about is people pleasing. So, and that kind of leads into the same pool of how you view the world. People pleasing stems from wanting to be liked by people, is wanting to be seen in, whether that's subconscious or conscious. It's because you feel like if you don't give everything you have to somebody else, that they won't like you, or they will view you differently, or whatever. And so you tend to become a shell of a person without any moral construct, because you are constantly allowing people to push you around, and you just are for other people. The worst thing you can do in this life is live for other people. The worst thing. This is your life. This is your choice. If you are allowing people to walk all over you, to choose your path, you are no longer living for you, and you no longer have any moral construct of who you are. You have no idea who you are if you're allowing people to walk all over you and push you around. So, and I'm not just saying that just to say that. I think that there's critical things you can start doing and implementing in your life to stop that from happening. And I think the biggest thing is to realize where you can say no. I think a lot of times people will say, oh, if you're a people pleaser, just learn how to say no. But it's recognizing when you need to say no. Because most of the time people are so deep in their people pleasing that they don't understand who they are, that they don't genuinely know they should be saying no to this, so they have no construct of what that looks like. So learn your morals, learn who you are, and then start to choose things that feel right for you and say no to things that feel wrong. You do not have to live for other people. Living for other people is this cage that is packaged in a nice little bow of having people like you. You don't want people to like you for the people pleaser you are. You want people to like you for who you actually are. And if you start to say no and start to let yourself come out, and people start to fall out of your life, they didn't like you. And I hate to break it to you, they never cared about you at all. They cared about what you gave them. And that is the other thing I want to talk about with the viewing the world a certain way. Most people in this world are extremely selfish. Most people. I'm selfish. We're all inherently selfish people. The way we are built and the way the society is made is to create very selfish people. And people often confuse selflessness with people pleasing. You letting people walk all over you is on paper looks selfless, but it's not. It's selfish because you are not living for you. You are living for other people. And that's because you care about what other people see you as. Understanding that most people in this world just want what they can take from you, and they want what will make them better, what will make them cooler, or whatever. I lived in LA most of my life, and living in LA, growing up there, you kind of understand that most times you go to events, you go to functions, you go to parties, everyone there does not give a crap about you. You will have 50 conversations in a night, and no one cares about you. No one leaves remembering your name unless you have something they can take from you, or you have something to offer them. And obviously LA is a lot worse than most places, but it's a really good example of how it usually is. People just want what they can take. So understanding that you should not allow people to walk all over you and use you will make your life so much better, because then you will understand and see people for who they are. But understanding who you are first is the way you don't allow yourself to be a people pleaser. So it really is those main things of understanding who you are as a person and not allowing yourself to be walked on and to people please. And then also understanding actually how the world is and not believing that everyone is inherently good. Even if people are inherently good, you don't know. You don't know. You only know the data which is given to you and your intuition. So analyzing somebody based off of the information they give you and what your gut is telling you is what is correct most of the time. Do not allow somebody to trick you and manipulate you into believing they're an inherently good person, even though their hurt is hurting other people. That's not good. That's not inherently good in any way, shape, or form. People don't have good intentions a lot of time. People you date, people you're friends with, a lot of times people just want to take from you. So I think understanding and having a clear grasp of what this world is really crucial to your happiness, because you will be constantly let down if you have your expectations too high for people. And that's not a pessimistic way to live. I think a lot of times it's pushed that that's pessimistic to be realistic. It's not at all. If you can still believe people are good. I know so many people in my life that are good people, that they mean well and they're good and they want the best for you. Look at you, for example. You want the best for people. You want people to succeed. So it's not bad. There's not all bad people out there, but I think having the mentality that all people are good and they're just hurt is not correct. People are hurt, but there are also people that are bad, and hurt people shouldn't have to hurt people. Hurt people do hurt people, but it's the people who haven't taken the time to work on themselves and heal themselves and work through the issues that they've been dealt. Those are the people you shouldn't be around. And the people who are just martyrs and they sit around hoping a miracle comes one day, that they'll be magically healed from their problems, are the people you need to stay so far away from. Those people will never get better. Those people will stay like that forever. It's the people who are actively trying to change and actively trying to grow are the people you should be around. Nobody's perfect. You're never going to date anybody in this life that has every single thing on your checklist. They're not. They're not at all. You have to accept the good and the bad, and you would hope someone would do the same for you. But if those qualities are hurting other people around you, that's not good. That's something that they need to work through, that they need to fix. And honestly, too, it even comes back to us. We all have a lot of qualities that hurt other people. And if you are actively trying to correct those and improve and become better, you're already ahead of most people in this world, because most people just sit around and wait for a miracle. It's like the same people who sit and wait for their husband to show up at their door, when that's not going to happen. Like, you have to actively be in rooms, be around the right friends to be able to meet your person. That's it. They're not going to appear at your door. Like, hard, as much as that would be nice, as much as I would love my future husband to knock on my door and say he's been looking for me everywhere, I would adore that, but that's not how it works. You have to actively choose to change. And that's what I think is so frustrating. For moments in my life, like, I have had times where I have hoped things would just get better, but until I actively put myself in situations where they could improve, or actively hung out with people that were improving my life and I was improving theirs, things didn't change. And things could stay the same forever. You don't have much time. People make it seem like we have years and years and years and years, but have you seen those whiteboards and the little squares on it? And it's look it up. It's every single day of your life until you die, and that's if you live till you're 100. It's not that many boxes. It's not that many. So you saying, oh, I'm going to work on this tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to actively do this tomorrow. You will say that until the day you die. You need to start now to actively choose who you want to be, who you want to surround yourself with, and how you view this world. If you're just, oh, whatever, I think all people are good, or, oh, whatever, I don't trust anybody. What? No. You need to understand your morals. You need to understand what you believe. You need to understand who you're going to surround yourself with. You need to understand yourself. Our life is built to understand ourselves and understand the people around us. That is why we're here. That is one of the many reasons why we're here. And if you're not doing that, you're missing a beautiful part of life that will make you happier and better as a person. The moment you understand how you view this world, the moment you understand if people are inherently good, or if you can trust a certain type of person, or how that works, you will be able to carefully pick the right people to be in your life. Whether that's dating, whether that's career, whether that's friendships, you will be able to have such a clear understanding of where to go and who to be around. And also, won't be let down as often as you are When you have the mentality, all people are good, or you can't trust anybody, you will only ever be let down. 100%. Even in the side of I can't trust anybody, because we're as humans meant to be around people. We are literally biologically meant to be around people. So if you spend your entire life saying you'll never trust anybody again, and that you'll never like anybody again, and you think everyone's awful, you will live a so unhappy life. And I've been there. Oh, I can't trust anybody. Oh, I can't trust anyone. You need to choose to trust people. You need to choose. Even if you've been hurt multiple times, even if you've been let down multiple times, you still need to choose to trust, no matter what. It's scary and it's hard, but that's the point. Things aren't supposed to be easy. You're not supposed to be heartbroken and then be able to trust super easy again. It's supposed to be hard. Because think about it. When you find that person, that friendship, whatever, that is worth the trust, that's worth it, that's worth all of that, won't you be so grateful when you find it? After all this mistrust, I'm able to find somebody that actually sees me for me and that actually takes what I'm saying seriously and holds it with care and appreciation and gravity that's meant to be held with. Imagine what that will be like when you find those people, but you will never find those people unless you start trusting again, unless you actively choose to trust people again. I cannot stand the people, and honestly, I've been there. I'm the same way of, I can't trust anybody. You can't, because you're choosing not to. It's hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. And I catch myself doing that all the time. I can't trust anybody. You need to catch yourself in those moments and actively choose to trust people. It's so hard. I'm not saying go and trust anybody. I'm saying pick the right people in your life and choose to trust them. Whether it's easy or hard, you should be doing it anyway. Life is not meant to be easy. Life is meant to be hard. And the most rewarding things don't come easily. They take a lot of time, and they're scary, and they're hard, and they're difficult. But until you start to try, you will never understand. So understanding who to trust is really important. Understanding the type of people you want to be around is really important. And understanding how you view this world and how you view people is critical, and how you choose to show up. Don't be a people pleaser. People pleasing is detrimental to your brain. You are literally losing yourself in validation from other people. Why on earth would you want to be what other people think about you? If you don't have any enemies, you are doing something wrong. Not everyone is supposed to like you. If everyone on this green earth loves you and thinks the world of you, you're doing something wrong. You're living for other people, and you're probably being shady with who you are, and you're picking and choosing who you are for those certain types of people instead of being completely authentic in who you are. You need to be authentic. You need to be straight up with who you are, and you cannot let other people dictate the life you choose to live. If you're going to do things for your parents, if you're living for your parents, no. Stop. If you're living for your friends, if you're living for your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, stop. That's not what life's about. You live for you. You do things for you. And you will see the moment you start to choose you and do things for you, you will become so free. You will realize, one, you like yourself way more. You want to spend way more time with yourself. You'll think you're so cool. And two, you will be so much happier. Because think about it. You are now living for your opinion. Your opinion is the only one that matters. So wouldn't that make you happy instead of living for someone's opinion of you that isn't actually what they want for you? It's what they think you want for you. It's not what they actually want for you. And you don't know if their intention is pure. You don't know what they want. Stop living for other people. So understanding who you are is so important. Understanding the people around you is so important, and it's really critical to your happiness. Stop being a shell of a person. Stop letting people dictate how you choose to live your life, because you only got one life. You only got one shot. And I don't mean to be a doomsdayer, but it's true. Our life is so precious. It is so special. And you need to appreciate every single moment, and not to be sappy and be, live in the moment. Live in the moment. Do things for you. Make the crazy decisions. Do the crazy things. Do the things you want to do without anybody else's opinion. And focus on the things you can control. Stop trying to control people's opinions of you. Stop trying to control how people see you. they will never see you how you want them to. In fact, you don't even know how you want them to see you, because you don't even know who you are. And that's because for so long you've allowed people to dictate who you are. Obviously, that is so much easier said than done. It's so hard learning and understanding who you are. You go through a lot of trying to figure it out. It's not easy at all. It takes so much time. It's so complicated because you've spent so much time allowing people to dictate every decision you've made. And so understanding what decisions you want to make takes a lot of time and patience and learning and understanding. So it's not going to happen overnight. But slowly over time, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, I did this for me, I did this for me, I did this for me. This person is in my life and they know a completely different version of me than they would have 2 years ago. You need to show up for yourself. You need to show up for yourself and stop living for other people, but understand who people are. Understand how this world works. Understand what is actually good and what is bad and what is good for you and what is right. You need to understand that, or you will continue to walk through your life completely naive or completely sad. Life is so much more than that, and that is just a little piece of the puzzle that will just envelop your life in the best way. It will make it so much better and so much more exciting and thrilling, because you will now not have to worry about what other people think about you. You will now not have to worry if someone has good intentions, because that's out of your control. It doesn't matter. It's not about them. It's about your path and where you're going and what you can contribute in this life. I'm not saying just think about you all the time. I'm not saying just follow you. Think about what about you is amazing. How can you contribute to this world? How can you make this world a better place? Don't worry about what other people want for you. Worry about how you are showing up as a person and how you can contribute. And then you will see like new colors in this world, because you will see that life is so beautiful and so precious, and there are good people out there that you don't have to bend over backwards for and be a people pleaser for. There's so much good in this world, and it's crazy because I've spent half of my life being on the pessimistic side. I don't trust anybody. I think everyone is evil. And I spent half of my life on the everyone has a good heart. And both sides are bad. You need to figure out what is best and see people for who they are, but not let it dictate how you choose to live your life, because you can be hurt. A lot of people can be hurt, and it can completely change the course of your life. But if you don't let it, you will stay so happy. So that's kind of all I wanted to talk about today. Sorry if it was a little chaotic. I kind of was all over the place, but this has been on my mind. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I will be posting another video next week. So please listen. Me begging. Let me know what else you guys want me to talk about. I'm always open to answering DMs and comments, and I read all of them. So I see you everything. So please stay involved and keep me posted with everything. I definitely want to know what you guys want me to talk about. I saw a lot of people comment that they want me to talk about my life here in New York, and kind of talk about how it's been. I would love to. Let me know if that's something you guys want to hear. But if you made it this far, you're a real one. Love you so much. I will see you next time.